We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
What is up, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air, immediately following NXT every Tuesday night, no doubt about it. I've got a sweet crew hanging with me, as I do every single Tuesday. But first and foremost, I got to give it to one of the originals out in Kentucky. I know he's sweating out the end of a very important college hoops game, as am I personally. So I got to send it to him, but you got to have somebody to do. Darn it. Driz, what is it again? You got to remind me.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Your boy Dryzzy, the wrestler plug. You don't know what to watch. I got you. I have nothing else to say right now because I'm trying to make sense of the last 5 minutes of that match. Ooh.
We got a lot to talk about in regards to that, Driz. There's no doubt about it. We got a lot of college basketball to talk about, too.
Yes.
I just saw the update on that. I don't know how it got that close, but I do still believe in the Cardinal. We're on the same page. I'm sorry, that just popped up like literally as you were talking. It's scaring me to death. We're live here, as everyone knows. Speaking of being live, though, in the full hoodie, I don't know if you ever saw the Jordan flu game. But we got our guy out. It's not shoddy. Don't get it twisted. This man owns a college. I'm gonna send it to the DC to Aunt U. He's in the building, sweating a cold. Speaking of sweating, how are you feeling, my friend?
Man, back like Jordan wearing the 4-5, dog. Y'all know how we do. I'm here. NXT was lit tonight. We got Gold Rush coming up. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. This is going to be really fun. Yes, I'm a little under the weather, but I'm still here rocking with the WR crew and the WR family. It's off the air. Let's go.
Hey, never better in any weather. Isn't that Jay-Z, right? Like,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you right there. No doubt about it. We got comments out of the gates. I love this. It's a Tuesday, but it's National Sunday Day. In the words of my grandma, monster shout out. You got to love that from Zach Minger. We've also got knock, knock from Ben Davis. We've got great main event here from Ian McWilliams. NXT was fired tonight from friend of the show, Fernando Zayas. Buenos noches, my friend Fernando. No doubt about it. But let's get into that main event really quick, because this is going to be an interesting show here. We're going to do some predictions here, but we are going to break down what you saw tonight, because there was some really hefty stuff there, especially at the end. We had last man standing Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints, the artist formerly known as Ricky Starks, for those of you that follow the AEW product as well. I have a lot to say about this match, and I'm not totally sure I want to lead, but I'm going to go ahead and do so. Here's my thoughts. I hate to admit it. I think it's arguably Ricky's best match thus far since he's been in the WWE. But then, he made one monumental mistake, my friends. Why did Ricky Saints ask for a chair? Somebody give me a chair? That was so obviously him. What are we doing here? Stop it.
Is that his fault, though?
No, it is his fault. He said it so loud. He said it so loud, Drizzy. He said it too loud. The camera picked it up. Somebody give me a chair. Next thing you know, guess what Ricky Saints has? A chair. and he
has
hit
magical
his
wishing powers.
opponent with it. That is the most heelish thing I've ever seen.
Okay, so I don't agree with you on a lot of things. That was goofy, but it was goofy. It definitely was goofy. I do not disagree with you on that. If you're gonna call for don't. This isn't GTA where you put in up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. Did you get a cheer? Like come on, y'all. That is one. That's nitpicking though. This was a really good match. Despite what Clark said, this was a really good match. I want to put this up there with one of the best NXT match. Okay, one of the best NXT matches since the 2.0 era. This has been
Okay.
such a really good, and they had a tough task because there have been a lot of really good last man standing matches. You think of Gargano and Ciampa, you think of Black and Gargano, you think of a lot of those matches. This one stood up to it, and they got hardcore. Yes, they did a lot of the things that they normally do, like when they go through the black wall that sits in the back with the NXT logo, the Joe Hendry wall, I like to call. They did, but they actually were innovative this time. Getting speared through the audience, through a table, that spot was spot on. Like you could see it coming, but it was a really good spot. It was staged great. God,
It was a
it
really
was
cool
really
spot. And like I started with, I do think it was Ricky Saint's best effort yet.
So
But
the
here's
only part
problem is-
about the
because I'm going right to you here, Aunt. You trust me. I know you're chomping at the bit on this one. But here's my issue: is it's like you go to an art museum and you're like, "That's a really cool painting," but why did they smudge it all up at the end? And like it was awesome in so many places. The chair spot, as much as I'm making jokes about it, I'm dead serious. That bothered me. And then the finish, it felt rushed. And that's where I want to talk to you about this. And then the three of us can really vet this because we all watched it together. But like, dude, it felt like they not only ran out of time, but like they both stood up. Am I wrong? Am I right?
no. So here's my thing, right? I'm gonna leave that last little bit for Driz because Driz pointed that out to us when we were watching it. You know, I don't want to steal his thunder on that one, but like there were some goofy things in this match, like you guys said. The chair spot was really crazy, and then also the referee counting when Trick was sitting in the chair. Like I thought it was, I thought you had to be on the ground, but I guess you could be sitting in a chair and start getting counted. But yeah, is there a time limit? You have to be standing up to break the count because both of them were standing up. Count should have broke. But yeah, when Drez pointed out that, oh man, it's almost 10 o'clock and the match was, not wrapped up yet. That was weird to see. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna let Drez go ahead and talk about that. He pointed it out to us, so let's get that to Driz.
No doubt. I that's where, yeah, Driz, it's very true because it's so funny. As we were watching, like all of us were a little like, whoa. Like there's got to be a few more minutes, right? That was sort of the feeling I would say in the room, you included.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the finish happened, I immediately went into my classic complaints because it's Ricky Saints. I'll take any sort of low-hanging fruit that I can pick when it comes to Ricky Saints. And I think the audience knows that as well. But Driz, at the end of the day, you pointed out, I think they ran out of time. Do you have an idea, though, in your mind of what it was supposed to look like at the end had we gotten there on time?
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like they're pulling on each other to stand, and then at the last second, Ricky tosses him and tosses Trick, and then he's standing. But with the amount, this is the problem with having really good TV main events.
Mm-hmm.
There's no paper. This is a pay-per-view where you can sit there and be like, "Hey, give us like an extra 5 minutes so we can finish telling the story." Because they told a really good story in this match too. Like there's just so many good things about it. But you have to also you can't plan around things like that. And that's what they did tonight because at the end of the match, after Ricky got as soon as the bell rang, the lights went out and we started hearing that old familiar song that we chant. We put our hands together and said Wakanda forever as our ruler returns. Obafemi is back in NXT.
I love the Oba entrance at the end.
I just wish they had more time because I felt like it would have hit a whole lot more.
The goal was to get there, and this is what bothers me. The way I think that match should have ended was as soon as that spear off the balcony happened, you sit like Duck Hunting Labs when they hear the click. You sit down. You sit down like a dog when they hear the click. Like the up. Everybody stay. That's the end of the match. Because it doesn't matter. The title doesn't change hands. That's a tie. It's now a draw. And the Obafemi aspect hits just as hard. This doesn't write Trick Williams out of this feud is the problem. And you book a last man standing match to write somebody out of the feud. That is the payoff. That is the end. And I understand the Obafemi plan. Because I know Shawn Michaels is awesome. Yeah. Awesome. When it comes to booking NXT, what he's done since he's taken over the book at NXT. My issue with this one is at the end of the day, it now still feels like another classic Obafemi triple threat, right?
Yep.
Like it has to be because guess what you didn't do? And I think the intention was to try to write Trick out of the feud. But by the way that the match ended, you either needed to do it early enough that Trick definitively loses, right? Or they both stay down and you bring Oba back and they're both involved. This somehow feels like muddy and in the middle, which is even more frustrating because there was so much good.
Yes.
Right? I'm not trying to take away from the match itself, the delivery, any of it. Not at all. I said it out of the gates, hand up here. As much as I've criticized Ricky Saints, I said this was his best match since he's been in the WWE. And I truly believe that, actually. There's been other ones. This wasn't a series of tornado DDTs, which frustrated me to death. He even attempted the Rochambeau. I dug that and couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. That part of the match was booked perfect. I like that. You provided value to the Rochambeau without even delivering it. There was so much good inside of this match. Across Trick Williams, the way he hit the trick shot. I mean, a couple of them just, and the way Ricky sold. Shoot, I hate as much as I criticize him being so complimentary. But like, dude, the way he sold a few of the trick shots and things like that, like the chemistry is there.
Yep.
There's more stones to be unturned. The last man standing matches didn't feel like that ending that I think deserved as a fan base. It felt like we had it, and then it was like
this is the exact reason why they put matches like that on pay-per-views.
Yeah,
because we wanted more. Like literally, we had to look at like what the hell is going on. That's when we noticed. Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And with them being on CW, they don't have that extra run over in the time no more.
No, there's no buffer time.
And I mean, Ben Davis is in the comments here. This is a good one. The return of Oba needed a standoff. I think that's
it. Did.
We just needed to see it. We didn't even get to see Oba.
I know. Here's the frustrating part to me though was the intention to have an Oba Saints stare down post sort of a Ricky standing tall over Trick Williams moment? Was that the original intention? What I'm actually wondering, in between the three of us, really quick before we get into predictions, what do we think the original intention was?
I think it was just that. I think he was right. I think you're right. I think that was what it was supposed to be. Ricky stands tall in the ring. He conquers one mountain to see another mountain appear. So, like similar to what it was a early staple in NXT UK. Once the big feud is done, you bring out the next challenger, and
Yeah.
you foreshadow what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, it should have been
Yeah.
it should have been Ricky in the ring, holding the title above his head, Trick, the camera panning down to Trick, looking up at him. Ricky hits his signature pose. I'm not gonna do it because I'm a grown-ass man. And next thing you know, then that's when Oba's music hits. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the shot we weren't given because the match went long.
Mhm.
And I think they allowed the match go long because it was cooking so good.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Like if you remember the show The Young Rock, right? The Rock
Yes.
talked about the time he was wrestling Triple H and they went over and he was like, "Hey man, The Rock said," he looked at Triple H, he was like, "I need you to just trust me." And they gave a match and The Rock walked back and he said, Vince walked up to him and he said, "If you ever go over on my show again, it better be great just like that." So,
Yeah.
I'm sure they were allowing them to go because if they needed it to truly end, they would have been in the referee's ear telling them.
And that's where we could spend the rest of the show talking about this. I still go back to the hand me a chair spot. That is the biggest blemish on this puppy. And I think there's no debate about that. But let's go really quickly through the speed matches and then make our predictions.
Mhm.
So first and foremost, we had not one, but two title changes as far as the speed title is concerned.
I thought the first round. Yeah, we only have one title change. The other one was the first round.
Yeah.
Of the women's. First round of the women's.
You're right. Hey, hand up. I apologize, Ricky Saints. I messed up almost as bad as you did tonight.
Somebody get him a chair.
Hey, give me a chair.
Hey, somebody give me a chair. Seriously. No, but let's talk real quick about first and foremost, El Grande Americano versus Jasper Troy. I think Jasper Troy's awesome. I like the interference here. The chain's dope. All of that. I think the promo at the end of the night was a bit more of a problem than anything that happened in the match was.
Right.
I do want to ask about that. Do you have any thoughts on that, Aunt? You, and then I'll go to you, Driz.
Nah, man. Like, I'm a huge Jasper Troy fan. Like, I remember sitting back on the show, on the daily broadcast one time, and we were talking about something. I'm like, more people just need to use the Black Hole Slam. It's a great finisher. I love the fact that Jasper Troy uses it. And, like, congratulations to him being the new speed champion. It was a fun match. Like, El Grande Americana, whichever one it is at this point, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. But they put on great matches, whether it's Triple R, whether it's NXT, whether it's, Raw, SmackDown. It's a great match whenever they're on TV. So I was happy with it.
And I find it fascinating, too, because we look at the Triple R connection and everything that has accomplished. You have Jasper winning this. You have what El Grande has done in Triple R, what El Grande has done in the main roster, what El Grande has done in NXT. It is kind of interesting to me, with it starting as allegedly Chad Gable and it allegedly being now Ludwig Kaiser and whatnot, what this character is going to mean and taking the title off of him in the same week as Dom Mysterio. But this isn't about that. It's about Jasper Troy. I want to ask you about all of it, though, at the same time, Driz, because it is funny to me. It does seem like there's an avenue being opened elsewhere with a number of titles being taken off of people that are around the same situation when it comes to Dom and El Grande and all of that. Um, I enjoy these matches on NXT, and honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing more of them. The countdown clock is my biggest complaint.
Mm.
I do think it bothers me because isn't it sort of given away it's going to end? I'd love to see one go to the buzzer with no finish.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I've seen one on it, but it was during the Twitter days of it happening. I'm very hot and cold on the NXT Speed title. I understand it was supposed to be a Twitter thing that just kind of captures attention spans and stuff, but it just doesn't. Not to say it's bad. It was a good idea. It's a great concept. It's just not my cup of tea when it comes to wrestling. Now, I will say it is refreshing from the Steve matches I've seen. It is refreshing to see a monster like Jasper Troy get it. I'm actually very happy to see someone like him who just came in about July, August, sometime around this summer, and has already has a title. So that means they have big plans for him, and they're not relegating him to evolve or anything just because he came in and had two big time feuds and fall off like they normally do when they do bring in people. It shows that they're actually taking the time to develop people and they're giving them a shot to swim in the deep waters. So putting a belt on him is a big deal to me. The Americana Grande, the Grande Americanos, Los Americanos or whatever we're calling Akana. I don't know what you call multiple Akanos.
Americano. Americano.
I'm waiting on this to be ended because those guys look a lot like a lot of British wrestlers that I haven't been seeing for a while.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I don't want to sit there and say that or spread these false propaganda, but they really look like these guys that I've been looking for a while now.
He looked more British than El Grande Americano.
And if they are British guys, it has got to be one of the biggest slaps in the face to have British guys play Mexican luchadors in American garb.
What we need to have happen, and Fernando is in agreement here. He said the El Grande Americano gimmick has missed the plot. It's time to end it. I think there's only one way to go forward from here, personally, and I feel like we've been robbed. The fact that we've sat through it this long, if we don't get it, and that is the moment that an El Grande Americano match gets booked, and both Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser are in the gear, and they're in Gorilla. Like, what's going on?
Oh yes,
this is my match.
No, it's my match.
That moment has to happen.
Oh, we got to get Americano Grande versus Americano Grande.
Yeah, just Grande on Grande. Yeah,
Grande on Grande.
No,
supposedly Ludwig speaking Spanish.
Brought to you by Taco Bell, who will be the El Grande Supreme. Brought to you by T-Bell. There's only one way to solve this, and that's get the Taco Bell sponsorship. And there can only be one El Grande Supreme.
I mean, we got the Slim Jim table, so it could definitely happen.
Taco Bell, this is your chance. Get in there.
This is it.
A lot of people don't like the speed title, but I enjoy the speed title. I enjoy the 3-minute, let's make it quick. You know who missed the mark on this? And I feel like if I could go back and I could pull anyone from old NXT and put him in the speed title, it would have to be Baron Corbin.
Yes.
Lone Wolf Baron Corbin was. Yes. Remember the fans used to count
his matches.
Used to count how long it took. Like, man. Like, we need that. We need someone like that. We need someone like that for the speed challenge. For the speed championship. That would be
honestly
fun.
More than anything, I'm fired up. You said Baron Corbin because I was afraid you were going to say Elon Musk and be like, it should have been on Twitter.
Oh, man.
I could not actually agree more. That would have fit Let's get into some predictions, though.
Mhm.
We've talked about a lot of good things. Speaking of good things, I've been highly critical of Blake Monroe.
Mm.
Best promo she's had yet. Oh, baby. This was Mariah May. I'll say it. I saw her. She was the one in the black button down. That was Mariah May. It was not Blake Monroe. And yeah, we won't get the on-screen double personality. This is why stuff that we deserve. But that's what I wanted. That was exactly what Blake Monroe was meant to do. I'll even say the new name like I've been trying to avoid for the last 6 months. But at the same time, we do have to make a prediction because it is NXT Women's North American Championship match, Blake Monroe versus Sol Ruka. Out of the gates, who do you got, Driz?
I'm going Blake Monroe. It is way too early for her to lose this belt. And I think it also will give us a chance to truly give Sol a loss for the belt. She didn't really lose the belt for Blake to have it, it just still hollow. So she needs this win. And it's that time for Sol to lose those belts. Uh but she could be on for bigger and better things and maybe main roster. I don't know. But Blake can run more with this belt than Sol can. Sol has done a great job. It's time to move on.
I hear you have no doubt about it. So we got one pick. Blake Monroe. Blake Sol, North American Championship. Who do you got? And you.
Yeah, Blake Monroe. I feel that it's time for Sol Ruka to go after the big one. And I think with all the interaction that Sol and Tatum Paxley have had over the past couple months, a nice feud with them for the NXT Women's Championship will be fun to watch. And this will be the disintegration of Zarya and Sol finally. So we can get past that, get that feud over with, get Sol on the main roster.
All right, I hear you both. I'm going to give my pick now because I'm going with Sol Ruka, NorCal stand up. Let's go. Ask Andre Nicotino what happens when you show up in front of somebody like Sol Ruka looking like somebody like Blake Monroe. Take him to the Bay Bridge. Make him jump. Let's go. I'm just telling you right now. I got Sol Ruka for my pick. And yeah, let's keep it rocking and rolling here, though, because we've also got Ethan, all ego, not some ego, but all of it. Paige. Teaming with Chelsea Green, not his wife, his friend's wife, Matt
It's okay.
Cardona.
Matt Cardona said it's okay.
Cardona said it's true. He did. Gave him the pass. Then we've got Thea Hale.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. With
Hell
Joe
yeah.
Hendry for the AAA Mixed Tag Championships. I'm going to go first pick to you, Aunt you, and then I'm going to you, Driz. What do you got?
Yeah, give me the double champs. Give me the double champs. Ethan Page, Chelsea Green. They're super hot right now. As much as I like Hendry and Hale, and I think they're gonna they're a fun team. But when it's time to get serious, fun's gonna lose all the time. So give me, like I said, give me Page and Chelsea Green.
You know, I hear where you're coming from. I do know that they're super hot, but I will say I don't know about their, physical appearance having an effect on the outcome of this match. And I'm kidding.
I mean, if you look good, you play good. If you look good, you feel good. You feel good.
Dude, I'm telling you, they've got really good gear. It's matching better than anybody else. It's good. It's good. They look hot. I'm with you. You said it, not me. I'm just kidding.
I'm in it. Meant every word of it.
Who do you have, Driz?
Y'all know I love me some Team Canada. They are my Team Canada. When TNA rebrands Team Canada, it has to be Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. But I am going Hendry and Hale. I am here for the antics. I am here for Thea Hale finally getting that belt. I am here for Joe Hendry again foiling another Ethan Page with a song. He dropped 2 bangers on him yesterday too. Also, the the numbers are not on Ethan Page's side. Joe Hendry has been sunning Ethan Page for a while now. Ethan Page does not have any wins over Joe Hendry, and I don't think it's gonna change this week. I mean, next week. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna change.
I hear you there. I think I am on the exact same page as you, Driz. I actually think it's time for Thea and Joe Hendry because I've been really frustrated with what happened with Joe Hendry since WrestleMania. So we had him wrestle Randy Orton.
Randall Keith.
And then we were like, you know what? Just go back to what you were doing and then we'll call you if we need you again. Like, that's sort of what it's felt like, where it's like, you know, match was good. A lot of views, but you keep doing what you're doing before, buddy. Big thumbs up. Like, I don't get it. Maybe the idea of winning these mixed tag titles more on TV here, maybe this is the logical bridge for Joe Hendry to be WWE full time. But we got to stop playing around. We're talking about a guy that earlier in this year on this very program, we're sitting here and talking about, man, that's the most social media views in the history of NXT. That's the second most in the history of the WWE page. And then he wrestles Randy Orton, and now we're like, man, he's kind of a joke again. What happened? It's only been 6 months. And Thea Hale injecting some juice into this. Thea Hale, who's also struggled, I think, since the Chase U storyline, because she's come out of her shell. She's looked great, but the NXT doesn't know where to put her. The NXT universe doesn't know where to place her. Alongside Joe Hendry winning these titles, the two of them, I think can be huge. And not only that, to get over once again in that regard, in the way that it's happened for both in the past, would be huge here. And that's why I think I almost think it's important that Joe Hendry and Thea Hale win this match. Truthfully, for both of their sake. I think this is a borderline must-win situation. You know me, and I love hyperbole and cliches. But, I mean, just, Driz, I can see you. I can see the wheels spinning here.
The song was bumping in my head. Joe Hendry had a banger this week.
He did. He had 2.
Yep.
And that's what we needed. And we need more of that.
Level with me, Joe. NXT, level with me. Y'all be watching us, don't y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all be watching us, don't y'all? There's no possible way y'all could know to have your fans chant Tatum Tuesday if Shad doesn't say it on here. There's no possible way you could sit there and be like, Joe Hendry, I need you to put out 2 diss tracks in one day if Clark doesn't say, you know what? I haven't seen Joe Hendry do a diss track in forever. He can't do it no more. And guess what? He drops 2 of them.
It is so true. It is unbelievable. And sincerely, Driz, I appreciate that too, because I don't even want to take that much credit. Thankfully, hopefully, somebody's listening at least, right? I mean, heck, we're out here grinding every Tuesday night. We got Aunt Hughes here fighting the flu.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting. He's waging a courageous battle against the flu.
He's better than me, because when I had the flu, I didn't even know where I was at that point in time.
Dude, I don't know the last time I had the flu, because I just get nervous going in to get tested for the flu. I don't like asking them questions. I don't like them asking me questions. No, I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, let's predict one more match here, because you mentioned Just another Tatum Tuesday. And they were chanting
They chanted.
Tatum Tuesday. Tatum Tuesday. Something as Drizzy just mentioned started on this very program. We've got Tatum Paxley taking on JC Jane, defending the women's title once again. Let's discuss it. Driz, I'm starting with you because it's just another Tatum Tuesday. It started right here.
I actually am very conflicted about this because I kind of want to see the destruction of Tatum Paxley and Izzy Day. I want to see this because tonight she just showed in that first initial promo package that she's ready for the main roster. She evokes the emotions needed. She is such a fan favorite. She literally could has the crowd in the palm of her hands. And you don't have too many baby faces that can do that right now. There are so many baby faces struggling. There's a cool baby face, but you don't have too many wholesome baby faces. And Tatum absolutely can be your top Tatum, the top wholesome baby face. I kind of do want to see her lose it. I want to see her lose it, but I don't want to see her lose it due to just losing the match cleanly. I want to see Izzy actively, who it looks is actively jealous of Tatum at times.
I think you're more than onto something here. I want to see her win it, but I want to see this Izzy Dame rivalry set up because if we're gonna hand the keys anywhere, I think the most impressive thing, because Tatum Paxley, Shad's not here today. We got to give him credit. He called Tatum Paxley early, right?
Yes.
But like the most impressive thing she could do is really put Izzy Dame over. Suddenly,
It's the female Kevin Nash right there.
and
Call her Big Sexy. Call her
and
Big
it
Sexy.
felt like that tonight. That's the craziest part. And that's why I think, prediction wise, myself, I'll go real quick here. I think Tatum has to retain. I got to get your pick on this, though, as well. And who do you got, Tatum or JC?
Well, I mean, before I give my pick, I just need to let Driz know that Raquel Rodriguez is Big Mommy Cool. Okay. Raquel Rodriguez is Big Mommy Cool. Let's keep that. She gets that moniker. But there's no way that Tatum Paxley loses his title this quick. JC Jane had a great run. But yeah, dude, it's Tatum Tuesday. She's so over right now. You can't take that title off of her. I'm excited to see how this all plays out, especially with the fragility of Tatum's psyche and seeing where the rest of the calling is going to lie when the split between Izzy and Tatum happens. So, looking into the future, there's so much good that's going to happen with that. But I think as of right now, it's going to be Tatum Paxley getting her hand raised and still at Gold Rush.
I think we're all sort of close to the same page there. We got all caps here from DCX Warlord.
Why
Tatum
is he yelling at us?
Yeah, no, I was like, Tatum has to retain. Sorry, I was going to read that in the mad respect, monster shout out DCX Warlord as always. I will say this too, though, because tonight we got a few choices. We're not going to predict next week's. We're not going to predict week 2 yet. We have one more prediction tonight, but I did want to add something else to sort of the landscape of this conversation really quickly before we go anywhere else. And that's when it comes to this Tatum Paxley run. We've covered NXT on this Tuesday night show for 3 years now, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it like this. We don't get a lot of character work with the depth of Tatum Paxley, and I think that's actually unique to NXT.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at a lot of people trying to figure out who they are and what they are. She's dove deep into something else. You look at the comparisons that I've even made on this program about, Blake Monroe back to Mariah May and back to Tony Storm and things like that. The character work, including like Jasper Troy tonight, has been better than I've seen, I think, in 2025. Driz, I'm curious if you saw the same thing, and then I'll ask you the same question, Ant.
It is so hard in wrestling to do anything original. Like it is virtually impossible. And Tatum Paxley has found something that is absolutely original. I don't think anybody else could truly do it any better. It's so yes, it's got elements of old Nikki Cross. Yes, it has elements of Lyra. It has elements of Raven. It has so many different pieces, but it's so original. And even Jasper Troy, there's nobody walking around like him right now. There's nobody that you can sit there and say he looks just like he's just they got this in AEW or oh they got this in TN. No, a lot of these things, and I have to applaud NXT for that for being able to find unique original characters to truly put out there and for people to get behind.
I'm so with you. Like, yeah, it is. And it's funny because I feel like we judge NXT almost through a different lens than we do other wrestling because there's that like sort of veil of its developmental and those type of things, right, that come with it. But I think you said that so beautifully because the character work that we've seen of late is starting to turn the corner, and it's like it's something that it's hard to put our fingers on, I think, collectively as a fan base before it happens. But we're about to turn a corner and enter a sort of a new era of NXT, I think. And I think it's going to be another good one.
It is.
As much as a little bit of this late summer was a low point, that's just where I'm at. And I'm going to toss it to you. Obviously, you heard what Driz said and what I've had to say, and then we'll do our final prediction. But I mean, NXT's headed in the right direction at this point, don't you think?
Yeah, man. It's always weird when you know people are going to get called up. And there's, like I said, with the guys, there's the big three, right? There's Oba, Trick, and Javon, right? And they look like the big three that are on NXT on the men's side. On the women's side, we've already had Lash Legend go up, right? So that's one of their heavy hitters over there. Even though she was getting mad disrespected before she left. It's cool. That's neither here nor there. And at some point, like on the women's side, it's even more stacked. And there's even more women that are ready to move up to the main roster. You got Jordan Grace, you got JC Jane, you got you got Kalani, you got Jada Parker, you got all these ladies that are ready to move up. So building a star like Tatum Paxley, building stars like Izzy Dame and Kendall Gray and all that stuff. It is fun to watch these original characters that you can easily get behind because we've been watching them for so long. Whether it's been they're coming up through Evolve, they're coming up through LFG, you already feel like you have a connection with them when they get on your screen. So I love the path that NXT is taking, with the WWE ID, with the NIL stuff. It's refreshing, it's fun. So yeah, dude, like WWE is going to be really good for the future for a really long time. That's exciting. That's exciting for us, man.
Couldn't agree more, and it's awesome for Tuesday nights, no doubt about it. We got one more match to predict before we call it a night, my friends, or a day, depends on where you're watching from. But we've got Dark State versus and a tag team that I haven't been this excited about when it comes to grass, right? My favorite types of grass is Poana, bent grass, zoysia, and the young OGs. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the young OGs, Leon Slater and Siobhan Evans, stop it. This is the most necessary team in all of sports because they make the Hardy Boys look like they can't do stunts. This is Cirque du Soleil in motion. These are two of the best athletes I've ever seen on the same side of the ring, and they're going to be teaming together for their foreseeable future. They pulled the rug over Dark State's eyes this time tonight. Did you see that? Guess who was in the building? Leon Slater. You knew it. You saw it. I love tag team wrestling. That's a selfish thing that I have for myself. I think tag team wrestling is one of the, if not the coolest forms of professional wrestling because there's so much you can do psychologically inside of a tag team match that you just can't in a singles match. Please let this team just be Hall of Famers because Slater and Javon Evans can't be a flash in the pan. This is the coolest tag team in my lifetime since the Hardys. Since Edge and Christian were doing 7-second poses. They are yes, for those of you with the privilege of flash photography, it doesn't get any better. Not at all than Leon Slater and Javon Evans. And everything they do turns to gold. In my eyes, it's a must-win scenario again. You have to put the belts. Strike while the iron's hot. And that is an iron skillet. Stop it. I don't know what you do with Dark State. Figure that out on the back end. That's the way I view this match. This is absolutely Slater and Evans go over. Got to get your picks from both of you. I'm going to go to you first, Aunt You. Who do you got?
This may be a little unpopular. I'm going with Dark State.
No.
For the simple fact, we don't know how Javon Evans is going to show up on Tuesday. Is Javon Evans going to be in any shape to truly wrestle after being in Madison Square Garden Monday night in a the last time is now tournament against one Mr. Gunther? He brought that up during his first promo when he was in the ring, how excited he was to be in that match. But I think the young man is going to get a lesson from the ring,
Wow.
So yeah, I once again, Evans and Slater are going to be one of the most exciting tag teams for the foreseeable future. But in this first title match that they're having, the X factor, the outlier, is one Mr. Gunther himself, in what shape he allows Javon Evans to show up in on Tuesday.
Oh, man. I do hear you, but here's what bothers me. Mr. Ring Lanalal, or whatever he's called, the Ring Lanalan.
Like Ring
Yeah, Ring Lanolin. Isn't that sheep's wool? Either way, Ring Lanolin. Gunther, what's his name again? Gunther? Yeah, that guy was doing this whole gimmick about the ring sacred, all the stuff. I don't cheat. Guess what he's been doing? Cheating. So he needs to stop that anyway. And I'm hoping he gets caught this time. What he's going to do to Javon Evans on a Monday night, I'm hoping is much different than what we see on a Tuesday. in this tag team match, personally, I hope we can separate the two as best we can, as best as Gunther can separate Javon from his sternum. But Drizzy, I do also have to get your pick for the tag team.
I am going with Slater and Evans because Javon has such a big week. This is going. He got a big couple of weeks coming up in general, and I really feel like the brighter the stage, the more he shines. He has been almost all over the place. It's like no matter the stage you put him on, he gets bigger and bigger and bigger. He's almost at the point where he's in the big three of NXT. After this week, don't be surprised if he's too big for NXT. He is absolutely stepping up and making the most of every opportunity that he has had, and this is gonna be no different. He's gonna step up to Gunther. I'm hoping he wins that. He's going to step up to Dark State, and we're gonna get another 1 week Dark State tag title reign, and we are going to give the belts to Leon and Javon, and let's run with this. Let's have fun. Both of them
Yeah.
are so much fun in the ring. This is gonna be an exciting ass match. I can't wait.
I'm so with you, and I love the idea of putting the belts on them. The other thing is, I'm also like, when we start looking at the main roster again, I'm like, well, shoot, but what about Javon for that last match? Like, wouldn't that be cool?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does fit that aesthetic. He fits all of it. That last match is going to be so interesting after last night.
Just think a few wins in. Like, what do you, Javon? What do you bring to make me think that you're really ready to step in the ring with me? Like, I got that ruthless aggression, and it smacks you.
And that's where I think tonight is a unique Tuesday night, because it is probably the last time we'll have John Cena on a Monday affecting NXT. And he did. Yep. He did. Because we're looking at that tournament and we're all thinking John Cena. We're all like, wait, but Javon and Gunther and all this, right? This is probably the last time we'll ever have that. And that whole tagline, the last time is now. Mm-hmm. Just, shoot. Gotta give them credit, my friends. There's something to that. You know, that they thought that one through, and it is funny. Because we'll never see John Cena on Raw again, right? He'll never have, but his fingerprints, his fingertips were all over this NXT.
Not everywhere. In the ring. What up, Cash?
Not in the ring. Yeah, he didn't have to do anything. Oh, yeah, I love that. And Mazzer shout out. We've got all kinds of shout outs here. We got tons of comments. Send Dark State to LFG. I think that's a little bit wild. The Ring General is a the Ring General is a fraud. Sorry, did I say that right? Right. But then I need Gunther first rounded. I mean, look, here's the thing for me. And we'll do this and then we're going to go home because we've wasted enough time, but we're close enough that we're going to hit the second thing. So let's talk real quick about this. Gunther and Cena, how long can that go? And what can they really do? And do we need Gunther to be the I retire everybody? Because I don't think so. Well, like, Driz, do you think so?
No.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm not sure I want that.
What do you think, Ant?
So I see this going one of two ways. Either Cena loses the title back to Dominic at Survivor Series in Dominic's hometown. You know, Dominic dropped it to him. Dominic cheats to get it back. That's one way to go. And if that doesn't happen, then the person to retire John Cena to win the Intercontinental title and to have the rocket strapped to his back needs to be Obafemi. It does nothing. Gunther's already established. It needs to be Oba. I believe Oba is going to be LA Knight's opponent on Friday. And
I like that.
It's going to be Doug.
I still have a good feeling it's Sheamus. And there's an argument made earlier today on this channel
for the last 24 hours
about Sheamus Well, then his moment's overshadowed. What do you mean? If you're on the correct end of a victory, becoming a Grand Slam champion on Cena's retirement tour and you shake hands in the middle of the ring, that's going to be the most iconic image in WWE from the year 2025. What are you talking about?
It's definitely going to be on that then now forever together package.
So it overshadows Sheamus winning? No.
I think we have to listen to
Somebody's got to win.
We have to pay more attention to promos, because Cena said, I want to give a young talent an opportunity like I was given. Gunther's been around the block. Sheamus has been around the block.
By the way,
It's fun watching. Rusev has been around the block. It's fun watching these guys in the tournament. These guys that have history with John Cena.
We're going to have to unfortunately end the show on this, and I'm not even trying to just like dunk on that part, Ant. But I'm going to say this really quickly. Everybody thought that you dropped something. No, but everybody and their mother thought that John Cena pulled off like the whatever when he slapped Kurt Angle in the face. And then nobody remembers the rematch where Kurt just whipped him.
Yeah.
Like he just absolutely torched him. Like everyone points to that moment like that was the moment. It was not the moment. Like Kurt,
you gotta remember,
just smacked him the second time.
SmackDown wasn't a popular show back then and there, so
they
missed a few things.
He ragdolled that Punk around like it was nobody. He ragdolled him into jean shorts. Legitimately, he threw him hard enough. It was like, why am I wearing these trunks? I might be.
It's like, nah, man.
Time
to put the prototype shorts up.
With that is going to bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. As always, we'll be back every single Tuesday night, no matter what. Off the air, me, Driz, Aunt you, Shoddy, the whole crew, everybody. Check out the daily if you haven't. We've got all kinds of other stuff coming up. We appreciate you so much. Have a great Tuesday night. If it's Taco Tuesday in your area and there's enough time, get some good tacos, because that's my plan after this. Thank you so much, though. As always, have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.